What's up guys, Matt back again with another unboxing video, and today we're going to be reviewing the Ichiban Kuji Shallot from Dragon Ball Legends. Before we dive into the video, please remember to subscribe and hit the bell, like the video, comment your thoughts down below for us to discuss, follow me on my socials, and consider becoming a YouTube member to enter into our monthly giveaways and Discord server so our community can help you on your Dragon Ball figure collecting journey. This figure is based on Shallot from Dragon Ball Legends. Shallot seems based on his regular render from the Dragon Ball Legends mobile game. This is an Ichiban Kuji release, so if you'd like to learn more about Ichiban Kuji, check out the video in my description below. If you're interested in buying this figure, then I recommend Bashwin Collectibles, my favorite place to buy Kuji and collectibles. Link to their page in the description. You can use my discount code Peaches24 in the comment box of your inquiry on their website. That'll get you 10% off your first order with Bashwin. This figure was released on October 17th, 2018, along with the rest of the Ichiban Kuji set. Shallot stands at about 10 inches tall, weighs 1 pound, 10.1 ounces in box, weighs 15.5 ounces on his own, and Shallot comes whole with an extra hand, tail, 3 supports, the Dragon Ball Legends logo, and his base. Alright, time for a niche character, I think. It is Shallot from Dragon Ball Legends. I didn't think much about this guy back in the day. I didn't even know who he was. This was one of those Ichiban Kuji that I didn't know a whole lot about. I think all I really knew from it was like Goku and Vegeta, the Majin Vegeta, the one that everybody loves. So it's pretty interesting to come back to it and just appreciating everything about it. So appreciate Bashwin for including this in my mystery box. It's a really interesting figure that I get to talk about today. So let's talk about him. As a character choice, I think it's pretty cool that Bandai went the extra length of giving us a very niche character, someone that's exclusive to Dragon Ball Legends. I don't think he's appeared anywhere else outside of Dragon Ball Legends. Maybe there's been crossover in some other video games, but to my understanding, this is the only iteration of Shallot within Masterlise, and he's never been in anything besides Dragon Ball Legends. So I think that's pretty cool. He's the main character of Dragon Ball Legends. He's your OC. You get to dress him up in different costumes and everything. So I think that's pretty cool. I did want to just go ahead and say this right up front. There's a double chance prize version of this figure from Dragon Ball Legends Ichiban Kuji of him in red instead of blue. Unfortunately, there are like no listings of that figure anywhere because I think they only created like 10. There's only 10 red Shallots in the world. So even though that's going to bother me from my completionist of completing every Masterlise figure, I really don't think I'm ever going to be able to own a figure like that. And even if I did find it, it's probably going to be a ludicrous price, like $10,000 or something. So I don't know if I'd be willing to spend that, but maybe one day I'll get lucky. We'll find out more about that, but don't expect seeing a review of his red version anytime soon. But I think it's cool that Shallot is in an Ichiban Kuji as a Masterlise Emoving. So I'm going to give that a 5 out of 5. The likeness is pretty good. I have some issues with it. I would say from most angles, he looks pretty good, especially when you're looking at him from the side, which is how you're supposed to be looking at him when he's lunging forward towards you. He looks very good in the face, great details of his eyes, good little details under his eyes, gritting teeth, nothing really strange there. However, when you look at him from other angles, usually like at the front of his face, like if his nose is facing you, it does look kind of goofy. So it's really good from the angles you're supposed to look at it. But Some other angles looks a little bit off. I would say even from most of the angles, he looks good, but there is a particular angle that when you look at him, it's like, ooh, that looks kind of weird. So it's not the worst thing ever. It just looks kind of odd from a certain angle. So I'm going to give his likeness a 4 out of 5. The sculpt quality is probably the most interesting piece. First, let's talk about the fact that he's an E-moving, and the only thing that's E-moving about him is his hand. So you can swap out his hand with a key ball hand, which I think is interesting. I don't know anybody who wouldn't display him with the key ball hand, since that's pretty unique. Something that I wish Masterlise would still do today. I don't think any other Masterlise does something like this. So I think that's pretty cool, but like that's hardly an E-moving. You know, usually when you get an E-moving, you get different hair. So it would have been cool if they added like Super Saiyan or Super Saiyan God or something else to, you know, change up his head. But I guess they didn't decide to do that. So that's kind of interesting. And he is stuck to a base. Now, this is not the worst base I've ever seen. You know, it's very different. It has the Dragon Ball Legends logo on the front, which is kind of cool. But wow, there's so many different pieces, and he is just kind of like standing on it. So it would have been nice if they were just like individual, like miniature stands, instead of a big rectangular block. So that's kind of disappointing. But the figure itself does look good. You can see good details on like his armor from the back. His muscles look really well defined. I like the way that his hair looks. I wish his tail had a little bit more detail in regards to like fur texture, but it's not bad. It looks pretty good, and he looks very, very reminiscent of the way he does in Dragon Ball Legends. So I think I'm going to give the sculpt for this one 3 out of 5, just because, you know, they didn't really take full advantage of the E-moving moniker behind this thing. Some lacking details here and there, and of course, his really huge base. You know, he's a Masterlise, so I don't really particularly like it when a Masterlise has a big base or a base at all. So I will take some points away there just because of the way that they went about it. I know it's an earlier figure, but, you know, I'm going to be fair regardless. The paint and shading is very good. Shading all throughout the figure, lots of good mixtures of blues and blacks. It's mostly on his blue armor and his skin. I don't think I see it anywhere else. There's no shading on his tail or anything like that. And they did add some metallic paint finishes to the silver parts of the figure. So on his belt, on his boots, and a couple other areas. I think his paint and shading looks really good. I'm going to give that area a 5 out of 5. Looks great. And then size and scale, he's actually a lot bigger than I thought he was going to be. I don't know what Shallot scales to in regards to how tall he is next to, like, say, Goku or Kid Gohan. He is 10 inches on this base from top to bottom, and even the figure itself, from the top of his head to the bottom of his back foot, he's about 10 inches. So pretty tall guy. So they put him like just a little bit shorter than the Super Saiyan Goku that's within the same set. So I'm going to assume that he's about the same height as Goku, maybe a little shorter. He is a Saiyan, so Saiyans are typically pretty big guys besides Vegeta. So, you know, in this case, I think he looks fine. He will stick out and be a rather large figure in your collection, so I'm going to give that area a 5 out of 5. But yeah, really interesting figure, really interesting character. Dragon Ball Legends is something that I played quite a bit a few months ago. I haven't played in a while, but I still appreciate that they added this character. I know Dragon Ball Legends is pretty big. A lot of people I know play it, and they really still love and play it to this day. So I'm sure if you're a fan of Dragon Ball Legends, you might want to pick this one up just because he's super cool. But today, I think I'm going to give him a 4 out of 5. Guys, thanks for watching today's video. I hope you enjoyed it, and if you want, you can go pick up some merch to help support me even further. We've got shirts, hoodies, tote bags, mugs, stickers, whatever you want to pick up. Anything would help support me, and I'd really appreciate that, guys. So go ahead and check out my Spreadshop website and support me. Thank you for watching. But until the next video, guys, I will see you all later.